Hello and welcome to the position of the day with episode number 54 called All In. Today we will discuss a position from my online match where I was in kind of an autopilot mode and I just played some moves. I did a lot of stuff during that, and well, I missed one nice play and I thought this is actually a nice play for a topic because this topic comes up a lot. I just call this episode All In, where basically, as you can see, in this position, what can there be all in, right? What's supposed to be all in? Well, no secret, it's going to be 10-7. So we will be considering whether the move will be 10-7 and going for the max value, max gain, and also, of course, the big risk if he rolls the 6 and escape. So today we will see and we will discuss how to think about these moves, when you should do them, when you should not do them, and so on, and how to compare. So pause the video if you want to think about this move, whether you would play 10-7, whether you think it's good, whether you think it's worth it, or whether you think you would play something like 13-8 or 13-10 and 24-22. So again, I'm gonna share the right answer right now, and we will discuss why it's good, when it would not be good, and so on. So first thing what I like always to do is to realize how much you gain. You have to realize always where you're at. That's super important backgammon, to just be realistic about your position. And here, before the position, I can see I'm an underdog. I'm not a favorite in this position. I need to do something. I need to change something to win the game. So what I'm saying, there's a lot of space to improve. So typically in these positions, when I slot, I improve my position a lot. That's like the general thing, number one, what I realize when I see this position. Well, once I make the 7 point, I will improve my position, by a lot. Maybe there's a better word to say, but I'm just going to say by a lot. And therefore, when I'm already in a bad position, there's a smaller window to lose something, right? So typically I can just say it like this, and well, everybody will understand. This is like a general thing. We can analyze specific disposition, and basically that is, well, let's say he doesn't roll a 6. I'm just gonna make a 5 prime, then I can split my back checkers, and then I can somehow get out and just keep him in my board, so I'll gain a lot. What do I risk? Well, if he rolls a 6, I have to compare it to the second best thing, what would happen. So if let's say I would play 24-22, 13-10, and he would roll 6-2, or of course he can roll 6-1, 6-3, and so on, but let's say 6-2, some kind of normal roll. Well, if he rolls 6-2, I'm not that happy anyway, because I'm under big pressure to hit him. So it's like, of course, if I know that he's rolling 6-2, I will definitely just not make that play and I will just do this. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, well, if he rolls a 6, he's kind of escaping and going further anyway. And, well, I'm under the big pressure to hit him. So I may as well go all in. Of course, if he rolls 6-2 now, well, so what? So maybe I just come in and hit him back and so on. This is like the worst case scenarios which you may rethink, and always consider. So this is always one thing which is like the key. This is what you want to focus in the analysis when you are doing display. I always put on the first thing, the gain. I'm going for the gain. You want to be happy, right? So go for the thing when you're the happiest. And of course, at the same time, you have to a little bit think about like how unhappy you will be if it doesn't turn out well. So this is the right play. If we do this also, what's happening? Like, what do we hope for? Like, do we hope to make the anchor upgrade a little bit? He can make a point easily on us. He can bring some checkers down and hit us in the future. We are under big pressure when we do this, And when I was actually analyzing this position, I was like, oh, hang on, somehow double one occurred there. And I was like, gee, how would I even play? Again, this would be another interesting kind of idea, which I often say, which I explain in many videos, in the courses which I make. And there are actually 2-3 options, I would say. And the right move actually, again, you can pause this if you like. I'm just gonna say it right away, is 24-22 twice. And I was like, or I guess many people would be like, well, let's just make a 7-point. I guess that's the right play, right? Yeah. Let's just make the 7-point and then think about the rest. By the way, if you make the 7-point, then you have to play 10-9 and not split against everything, because again, think about like what's gonna happen. If you make a 7-point and you split, well, he's gonna hit, he's gonna step up, he's gonna escape, and he's gonna win. That's happening because we are under big pressure. So at least when you make a 7-point, make the 9-point. But that's not the thing here, what I wanted to discuss, what I wanted to point out. The thing is, I wanted to, again, express the biggest gain. The biggest gain compared to the second best thing, second best opportunity of what's going to happen. This is like connected to economy, where you can hear this as well. And the thing is, 22 points super difficult for us to make, right? Like I just mentioned it, like if we split the back chairs, we are under huge pressure. Like we have to avoid getting hit, then we have to roll it 2. So again, huge gain, huge improvement, right? Difficult to make. And the thing is, well, 7-point, I mean, we can make it not any time, but like we can make it way, way easier than the 22-point. So like let's make 22-point now. In the next turn, we can roll 6-3, 6-1, 3-1, double 1 again, whatever. Or we can just slot the 7-point and make it. But we will have many more choices to make the 7-point. And yeah. So this is the crucial way also how to think about it. Of course, it's not really the 100% explanation of this move, how I enjoy it. But I wanted to point out the idea that like 22-point, we have just one shot making it now. 7-point, we will have many options to make it later. Now, I want to prevent somebody arguing with me, because I always like to explain everything 100%. So there is one thing which I want to point out, which I don't do often, and those are percentages. Because for the wins, doesn't matter. We've got more gammons actually with this move. Makes sense. But we just, again, why was it such an improvement? Where was that? Why do I perceive it like an improvement? And that's actually kind of like proved here. We lose way less gammons, which is logical, of course, but just to point that out, that what actually is factored here, because this is, of course, aggressive play. This will win us the game in the same way. This will win us more gammons, but this is such an important improvement because this saves us a lot of gammons. So there are basically 2 concepts in this video which are, I think, pretty interesting and pretty important. And again, they come often. Like if you play a match, one of these things will come. And again, we can have hundreds of these things. I'm trying to put them all together in my video courses, which everything is there regarding checker plays. Still working on a cube action, but everything's there, everything's ready. And yeah. So hope to see you guys next week with another blunder challenge, I believe. And we will see what we will have next time. Thanks, guys. Take care and see you soon.